So hello and welcome back to another Exploring Azeroth with Beryl and Onyx. It is Onyx this week, and this one's going to be a little bit different because I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to have power because we are currently in a blizzard warning, so I'm trying to get this done. So this one's going to be a little bit different than most of them, in that it's just going to be a giant tour of the area in first-person dragon riding mode while I tell you a little bit about the Townlong Steppe. Now, according to the Art of World of Warcraft, Mists of Pandaria edition, only the bravest of Pandaren dare enter the highlands of the Townlong Steppes. Although the area remains uncorrupted by the Shah, only the nomadic Yangols and Mantids choose to make this region their home, and as you can see, that is kind of the case as we fly around. There's not a whole heck of a lot in the way of towns. There are some really pretty mantid structures. Unfortunately, going into them gets you attacked, which, kind of precludes me claiming any of them as my own personal little house, no matter how much I think they're cool looking. Now, the Townlong Steppes history is, it's been an area that breeding ground of the Mantid, but it is kind of one of their little training areas, and it's also populated by Yangol everywhere. And Yangol are an interesting race. One of these days I need to delve a little bit more into them because they remind me a little bit of the Tanuka and a little bit of the Tauren, and I kind of need to look into it and see if they are all kind of related somehow. Kind of the way trolls, elves, blood elves, high elves all kind of stem from the same root. I kind of feel like there could be a connection there. If there is and you know about it, let me know down in the comments below, because that is one aspect of Azeroth's evolution that I haven't really looked into. Now, in the Townlong Steppes is one absolutely wonderful area, and probably the most known place for it, because as we all know, Pandaria was where daily quest hubs went out of control, and the biggest daily quest hub in Townlong Steppes is for the Shadowpan garrison. The Shadowpan is kind of like Pandaria's version of the SI7. It is also where you need to do a little bit of questing so that you can open up the Isle of Thunder, which is where Jaina and the Kirin Tor have headed off to try and stem off the Horde from getting to it. Or if you're on the Horde, it's where the Horde side is trying to stem the Alliance from taking control of the Isle of Thunder, and it is what we will be exploring next week. So, looking forward to that. Well, possibly not next week. I'm actually going to be out of town for the beginning of next week, so if there is not a Exploring Azeroth video, now you know why. I'm going to try and get it done, but that's all dependent on the weather. Anyway, the Shadowpan garrison, it's kind of an interesting questing hub because they actually have you fight their champions, and then once you've defeated their champions, they will go out and help you with the daily quests, which is kind of nice of them. You gotta, at least give them credit for that. In their daily quests, they will send you off to Krivis and Sikvis, and I probably butchered those pronunciations because that's what I do. Krivis is the northern Caperi tree on the mainland, and it is surrounded by the underbow. And Tai Hao is trying to figure out why the Mantid are there and why they're attacking so much. And then over in Sikvis, it's the southwestern Kipari tree, and that is where, even though according to the art of Pandaria, the Shah have not invaded, they're wrong. The Shah of Hatred has made its way here after destroying Hatred's vice, and there's a bunch of elites around, and if you're doing it at level, you definitely need your Shadowpan helper to help you finish out the dailies there. There is one other settlement in the Townlong Steppes, and that is Longying Outpost. It was taken away from the Usul tribe of Yangol by the Shadowpan, and they've taken it over, and it is one of your, I think, 3 questing hubs in Townlong Steppes. It's been a long time since I've actually quested through Townlong Steppes. I probably need to do it again because I do remember it was a lot of fun. There's also Fire Camp Usul. It is home to the Usul tribe of the Yangol, and they are having all sorts of battles constantly with the Shadowpan warriors. You get sent there on several dailies as well. Now, along with that, the other thing that a lot of people know the Townlong Steppes for is the fact that it has a lot of mantid dig sites, and mantid dig sites, for whatever reason, are one of the easier dig sites to get if you are doing archaeology. I love doing archaeology because you get a lot of transmogs and stuff. There's a lot of interesting little things to kind of poke around in, but nothing that was really overly exciting, except, of course, for the Nuzao Temple. Nuzao is the Black Ox, and his temple has been attacked by the Mantid via the Satharic incursion. The northeast of the temple has the Fields of Nunzao, which has got a wonderful little pond, which I think is the only place in the game where you can fish up red belly mandarins, which is mostly what I know it for. And the underside of the temple actually has catacombs, which are really cool and accessible via a cave. Full of enemies, but you know, still very cool. Love caves in this game. Doing the temple quests is actually part of the Emperor's Burden quest chain, and it's one of the objectives of the 7 Burdens of Shaohao, which is an exploration achievement that you need in Pandaria, especially if you're going for Lore Master. Hope you enjoyed this brief tour of the Townlong Steppes. Sorry about this one being a little bit different. Don't forget to hit thumbs up on this, and I will see you the next time.